Hi there, it's Tracy here from the ThePapercraftStudio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute gift bag. And this was inspired by Emma Goddard, amazing fellow demonstrator from England. And she made some of these for her team retreats, very similar, using different stamp set, I think, but that's where I got the inspiration from. So these gorgeous bags just come like this, flat packed. And they are in the main catalogue. You get 10 bags, am I in shot? Yep, 10 embossed treat bags here for £7, and they're food safe. So they can you can use them plain, but also I'm just going to show you how you can decorate them too. Just to show you here, I'm using these tailor-made tags as well. So these the biggest one on there. So really small amount of supplies because we're just decorating the bag. So you need a bag, you need 2 tags here, one cut in basic white and one cut in Orchid Oasis, and then you need some basic white scraps to do your stamping here, and that's it. So a really pretty easy card. Okay, so I've gone ahead and have pre-cut these little bits here. Also, this little label here, that's from the Christmas cracker dies. Okay, so we'll start off, I think, with some stamping. Oh, actually, let's do the bag first. So you will need Orchid Oasis ink and also a blending brush. So I've just left mine flat here. What I would suggest, tap like this, tap some colour off, and then really lightly come onto the bag and start building up your colour. Okay, don't go straight on, otherwise you will, I've got a spare one here that I was using in class to demonstrate, otherwise you will get that kind of splodge and then, you know, it's not looking so good. So just gradually build it up, tap it off onto some scrap paper first, and just keep building the colour as much or as little as you want. And obviously you could do this she says tap it off, and then I've still got splodges down here, it's fine. Obviously you could do any colour, you can do it as dark or as light as you want. Take your time as well. Obviously I'm rushing this a little bit for the video, but you know, there are several different ways you can decorate these bags. The brushes are just one of them. You could spritz colour onto there. You could daub some colour on. So there's lots of different things. So I'm not going to spend a long time colouring that. What I am going to do while I've got my brush out is just do the little tag as well. So again, I'm just going to start quite gently on here and build up some colour, also in Orchid Oasis, because I don't want this to be quite as bright, but I just wanted to kind of mimic what I'd done on the bag. Oh dear, I think I went a little too far there. It's fine, that'll do. So I've also got one of the tags cut in Orchid Oasis. I'm just going to try and get rid of that because I don't like that. It will hide in a minute, but you take your time doing that. Okay, so we're just going to let those dry a little bit and do the stamping. So I've used Art Gallery stamp set, and I've used these 2 images here. So it's 2-step stamping, and honestly it's the most simple stamping in the world. It will make you look like an artist. Amazing. And this little one here. Okay, so the more kind of block one here, so you can see this one's more detailed. This is like the more of the block color. I'm using Orchid Oasis, so I'm just going to ink that up. It's quite a big stamp, so it will suck up quite a lot of ink. Let's get a matte in. I quite like using the piercing matte when I'm using photopolymer stamps. Okay, so there's that one. And then I'm going to use Starry Sky to go on top. And this is where the magic really happens. So what you're looking to do, this little bit down here that I didn't quite catch, and this one here, you're going to line up this bit of the stamp and this one here. So without the ink on at the moment, I'm going to hover it over and roughly see where I'm going, which is about there. Okay, so ink it up in Starry Sky, hover over. I shall try not to get my head in. And with this, you know, if you're not perfect, it really doesn't matter. But look how amazing. It looks like I'm a, you know, an artist, and I've not had to try very hard. So that's, I love, love, love two-step stamping. And then also I'm going to stamp in Parakeet's Party, the leaf. Again, this will come out kind of in a lovely sketchy design. Put that to one side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out. Just a little tip, I'm using washi tape just to pin these in place. So have a little move around on this flower here just to see where this sits, and then that looks about right there. So I'm going to just pin it down with a bit of washi. If you don't have washi tape, use some use a post-it note. They work just as well. And then do the same for the stem and the leaves here. So I just had to check I pressed record. I had a bit of a panic in case you could hear a little hesitation in my voice then, because I just thought, oh no, have I pressed it? But I had. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out on the cutting machine. Okay, so pop those out. I'll take these off later. How gorgeous are they? Okay, so yeah, have your bag and your tags back. So I'm going to offset these two on top of each other with dimensionals. Line up the hole kind of, but we're not actually tying the ribbons through the hole, so don't worry too much if they're not you know, totally spot on. So flip this one over, and you're going to want dimensionals down the back of this side here. I'm just going to put a few down there. So as it's flipped over, it's on the right hand side, because it's going to end up on the left hand side when it's flipped. So take those ones off. Oh, I can't help looking at that flower and think how amazing it looks for just, you know, I didn't even stamp the first one properly, to be fair, and it still looks amazing. So yeah, really, really pretty. So line up the holes-ish, and then roll it down like that. So you haven't got bits showing on the back. You could put a couple more here if you wanted to. And then with the flower and the leaf that I cut out, where did that go? Here it is. I've put dimensionals under these as well, but you just want to make sure you leave that little hole clear. Okay, so maybe start with this flower. And again, with these little frond pieces here, they are from another set of dies. I'm just trying to remember. I will put it on the I think they're True Beauty, so the Beauty Awash dies, something like that. I'll put it in the comments. I just wanted something to come out either side, so I poked them in afterwards. You can layer them on now if you want to, but I just found it quite easy to add them on. But maybe don't put your dimensionals too close to the edge so that you can feed those in a second. So pop this on a bit of an angle like that, overlapping the side, and then the same with the leaves. A couple of dimensionals on the back here. Actually, just maybe two on this one. It's a bit bigger. This would make a really cute gift bag for a wedding or for a special birthday, I think. Just going to tuck that under there. There we go. Pretty, pretty. Now with these, like I say, optional anyway, I just wanted something to tuck in. So I'm going to put a glue dot just on that section there on the back. There's just about enough room. But you may have a different punch with some sort of fronds or fern or something on. Let's just drop the lid of my... Actually, I might need to fold that over a little bit there. So that one, I'm just going to tuck in here, and I've left enough room to get that under. If you haven't, just snip a bit off here. I might have to do that with this one actually. Oh no, actually it works well. But if you don't, you can always just snip a bit off so that it tucks in nicely under there. I think that one will be fine. So another glue dot in that little kind of center bit there, and then feed that one under. Whoops, a little bit fiddly. I kind of wanted it so it doesn't show like down here, so tuck it right under there and then stick that down. That's so pretty. Okay, so you can go ahead and attach some glue dots on the back of here to pop it onto the bag. With this, you know, as always, you can stop me on the video anytime if you're, you know, doing a nice version of this. I'm not going to put this one too far over to this side because it's going to hang off the bag, and I don't want that here, hang off the bag here, and I don't want that to be showing on the other side. So backing's off. There we go. Whoop. So I'm going to offset that about here. Okay, so I've gone ahead, if I can see them here, and coloured in some rhinestones in dark Orchid Oasis. Can I find them? Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to use one of the smaller ones here. Let's pop on here. So all you do with the blends, you just go over and you colour a rhinestone, and then you leave it to dry. So these are amazing. Do it in any colour so you can match your projects up. So I've done the smaller one. Let's take one of the bigger ones here and just pop it down there. And of course you could just keep it simple and do the regular colour dimensionals. This for you is from one of my favourite sets, which is so favourite I can't remember what it's called. I've just used it in another project. Simply Fabulous. It's really versatile. I'm using that this time. I just love the font on it. So like I say, I printed out this tiny little tag, and I'm going to get something to, oh actually I'll just get a mat so I can see where I'm going underneath. And then the For You in Orchid Oasis again, and just gently tap on there because it is small and you might get ink around the side. I might not be too straight, it's not too bad. And then I used some linen thread here, and depending on which bit you get, it can be quite thick. So you only need a little piece like that, what's that, about 2 inches, fold it in half, and it may be a bit fiddly, this bit, but you put it through that tiny hole. Like I say, if you've got quite a thick part of the linen thread, it might take a little while to get through. Separate that loop there and then pull these ends through the loop. Oh gosh, it's getting a bit late at night and I'm filming. I don't know if my fingers are working so well. Here we go. There we go. So it's just like a little tag, and you can trim those off if you like. And then that's just going to stick with a little mini dimensional. You need it quite near this end by the 4, because there's not a lot of room to attach it there onto the bag. Every 2 seconds I lose my dimensionals on my desk. I wish I was one of those super organized demonstrators who, oh here they are, who just has a really clear desk, everything to hand. But you know, this is how I work, so, and I'm sure quite a few of you can relate to that, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to stick the little tag on, a little bit of an angle, and then with the ribbon, I can decide which to use. So I've used both. So you want about 12 inches of both Orchid Oasis and Parakeet Party. So these are the in colours, the new in colours, or 2 of them at least. And then I couldn't tie them around this. I couldn't tie them together. So I've just done individual bows. So you can either do bunny ears bows where you get 2 loops like that, tie it in a knot, or you can just do a traditional bow like this. And I've left the loops quite long this time. So like this, okay? And then you're going to put a glue dot on the back of each of the knots and stick them on separately. So you would put, here we go, you can take your time making them more even. So you're going to put a glue dot on the back of that one and stick it just over the little tag hole there, and then a glue dot on the back of that one and stick it over the top. The reason I'm not doing that right now is because I'm nearly out of ribbon and I've got a couple more kits to fill. So I'm going to bring the one I made in earlier, and just to show you, actually, this is how the bag folds out. So it stands up really nicely. So let me show you this one. There's the finished item. So I hope you've enjoyed making that. What did I call this? My art gallery embossed treat bag. Take care. See you soon. Bye.